What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee, and today we're going to talk about episode 9 of Kandi in the Gang. And can I tell you something? This show was getting funny, and I was not expecting it to evolve the way that it has. But baby, I am loving Kandi in the Gang. Let's get into it, shall we? All right, y'all. So the episode starts off with Mama Joyce eating with her sisters, Aunt Nora and Aunt Bertha. So she has on this watch, child, and she says, she just bought this watch, and it's 70 carats, and it represents 70 decades of life. What, Mama Joyce? You 70 decades? Do you know that you would be dead if you were celebrating 70 decades of life? You would be 700 years old? No, no, ma'am. You're not celebrating 70 decades of life, okay? So, yeah, maybe 70 years of life, but not 70 decades, okay? But whatever, moving right along. She had a nice watch, and she wanted to show her sisters, and Nora, her sister, says she's the best baby sister, and Bertha says, I don't know about that, in her typical screw face, okay? She's like, listen, I don't know what type of situation y'all got going on, but don't add me into it, because I don't agree. So moving right along, Philip and Brian have a conversation, and they have seem like a healthy, fun conversation. Philip approaches Brian, and he seems pretty jovial talking to him, and they seem to be in a better place. And I'm happy to see it, because Philip was just giving me very dry, very stank, and now it seems like he's trying to find his way with the staff, and he's getting along with everyone a lot better. So throughout their conversation, they talk about him singing at Patrick's house, and how things, are pretty much going well between them. So Patrick and Melvin are chatting in the next scene, and they're talking about Patrick's body oil called Pou Confiant. First of all, Patrick, change that name. I'm not buying nothing that has poo in it, okay? Because you ain't gonna have me around here smelling like, okay? No, no, and no again. Change the name. And you know what? It probably very well could be a good product, and just because of the name, ain't nobody gonna buy it, okay? So he has this product. It's a beard butter, rose body oils, and shea butters. And he tells Torin he needs his help with the event. So he wants Torin to work with Safari, because his photographer pretty much canceled on him. And so Safari is going to be taking the pictures, and he needs Torin to help him with styling the event and finding a space for it. So Torin is like, all right, I'm all for it. Let me help you out yet again. And so then they asked Don Juan if he gonna come and be in the photo shoot and take his shirt off. And then they said they gonna ask Philip as well. So Don Juan says, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not taking my shirt off. And Patrick says, basically everybody is invited. So here you go, inviting everybody again. Are you going to go outside and uninvite Chandrika again this time? Like, I was hoping the whole time when I saw that he wasn't going to play no games. So he's sitting up here asking Don Juan and Melvin to be shirtless in these daggone pictures. Don Juan said, hell no. Melvin, he just kind of ignored him. But we're going to see how this turned out. So Chandrika, Dom, Brandon, and Torin sit down to eat together. And Torin tells them about Patrick's event. Okay, so they all sit down to eat lunch together at work. So apparently they all have mended fences. They had a kumbaya moment, and they all cool again after that whole blow up situation at Brian's apartment, where Dom pretty much went off on everybody because she's a bad friend, and they pointed it out, and she trying to blame it on everybody, every damn body else, instead of accepting her part in the whole situation. So she had a big old attitude with Shardo because he basically was the only one that was sensible enough to say, hey, you know what, I'm sorry that I didn't come out there with, and I'm sorry your friend didn't come out there with you, because y'all did come together, and I told her that she was wrong for that, but I'm sorry on my behalf, I should have came out there, y'all shouldn't have been by yourself. So moving on, they're eating, they talk about his poop product or whatever. Chandrika calls it poop confiant or whatever. She's making fun of it. And Torrin says he's trying to get Don Juan to be shirtless and get Philip to be a model. Because apparently they looked up some photos and Philip was a previous model. So they saw that, and I'm going to tell y'all how they use those photos later on. So Brian and Melvin go to Cafe Bourbon to try some egg rolls, because Brian is trying to get Brian and Philip are trying to get Todd to buy into the business. Excuse me, y'all. It's like 12 o'clock a.m. and I'm trying to get these reviews out to y'all. And a girl is tired, and a girl is me. So, but we're gonna get on to it. So Brian is going to meet with Todd to talk about the egg rolls. So he's going to have this whole presentation. So he's pretty much doing research by going to some other food trucks to kind of, by Todd's suggestion as well, to see how their food is and taste different things, so he can make sure he's pretty much on point with his flavor palette for his egg rolls. So he goes down here, and throughout his research, he talks to a couple people that actually own some trucks, and he finds out that a truck can cost upwards of $70,000 or more. There's a lot of money that you have to put into it to get everything set up, and it's so much better to have a truck to start out than an actual location financially, if you're just starting out. So he's like, it's going to take me at least 2 years to save all this money. I'm like, 2 years, that's it, to save $70,000? Okay, do you. So Melvin, he thanks Melvin for coming, and doing the research with him. And Melvin was like, well, shit, I'm surprised I was able to get the hell out the damn restaurant. Which I hope they find somebody that can help Melvin, because he seemed like all he do is work at that restaurant. Poor Melvin. He ain't going to find him no woman and have no kids, all because he so loyal to Kandi and working in that restaurant. I just feel like, he need to have a life outside of that place. So hopefully they can find somebody. So getting into that, that's Philip and Don Juan actually meet to talk about the staff at the restaurant and how they're going to continue to staff. And actually getting a replacement for Melvin was top tier on Don Juan's list. He's like, we got to get somebody in there to help Melvin. He's constantly working, and I'm glad that they actually noticed that. But Philip was in there pretty much singing the praises of Chandrika, saying he wants to get her into a maitre d role or whatever, because she's really been stepping up to the plate, taking charge, and snitching on people and being nosy and snitching some more. So apparently she's teacher's pet now. So Philip is trying to help her out and get her a promotion, okay? Because I guess she's talking about all the money that the Family Dollar people making, child. He trying to get her some extra coins for all the kissing up she been doing lately. So anyway, moving right along, Don Juan says, I don't know about promoting Chandrika because she gonna be drunk off of power. Also, we need to talk to Kandi and Todd, because she was just talking shit about them, talking about they don't care about their damn staff. So we shall see. So in the next scene, Dom is in the dance studio with her, the choreographer for the Rick Ross tour. She's dancing and booty popping, child. She perfect for the tour. Moving on. Oh, and she says she always wanted to dance for Beyonce, but Rick Ross is still great too. Anyway, Torrin shows up to the space that they have to do this photo shoot for this Pooh Confiant child. Let me when I tell y'all, I about fell out on the floor laughing at these damn photos. I wish I had a screenshot. Don Juan, that was hilarious. He laying there like, I'm like, are you dead, Confiant? Did the Pooh confidant make you dead confidant. Because he was laying there like somebody needed to put a chalk line around him. Like, I'm just saying, it was freaking hilarious. Like, everybody was laying down on the floor doing these pictures. They actually got Todd to take his shirt off. Who else took their shirt off? Philip didn't take his shirt off. I think he was sitting in front of a mirror with his shirt kind of open and taking pictures. I'm like, this man took professional photos. I'm surprised that he actually let them take it. And Philip took some really nice pictures. So everybody is taking these pictures for the product. I thought it was hilarious when Brian and Chandrika showed up and they had a shirt on with Philip's picture on it that said, uh, did it say Quamus or something? Whatever his model name was, it was on Quasi. It said Quasi on the shirt and it had Philip's picture on it. And when they came in, he was like, I don't know what you, no, this isn't Philip, this is Quasi. Like, Brian was like saying, making it real funny, and Philip actually laughed, which I'm glad that he actually had a sense of humor and he didn't blow it out of proportion. And they all had a good laugh and moved on. So that was the photo shoot. Everybody took pictures with the products, moving on. So, but damn funny, that scene. So Todd, Kandi, Don Juan, and Philip meet to discuss staffing at OLG. They're interviewing new bartenders. And the first two bartenders that they interviewed, very professional, on time for their interview, really seemed to know their stuff. But the last bartender was Philip's brother's girlfriend, which I'm like, as bougie as Philip is, I can't even believe that he even allowed this girl. She was outside throwing up in the parking lot because apparently she was at some party the night before and drunk as a damn skunk. So she coming in here, don't even know what way is up, answering these questions. I'm like, what in the fool-la-la is going on here? Girl, if you don't drink some water, take an Excedrin, and drink some coconut water, what is wrong with you? Why are you coming to an interview still drunk, sis? Very unprofessional. But Philip, you know what? I can't hate on him. He said, listen, they look out for their family. I'm gonna look out for mine too. And that's that on that, period. Okay. Moving right along. But what I thought was damn funny, as she walked out, mind you, she's stumbling out of there, and she walks up to whoever dropped her drunk ass off to this interview and says, yeah, I did so fucking good. I was like, girl, no the fuck you didn't. I know you fucking lying. You know you did not do good on that interview, sis. Okay. You need to go sober up and find you another job because you won't be getting this one. Okay. Moving right along. Brian has Todd over to try the egg rolls. He presents him with this presentation. You know, Todd is impressed because I guess he wasn't expecting for Brian to be this professional. And Brian is saying, listen, I'm asking for, I'm going to give you 25% of my business if you give me $100,000 up front as an investment. So he tells Todd that the egg rolls only cost about 70 cents to make or something like that. I think that's what he said. They cost only about 70 cents to make, but he's selling them for like $4 and some change or whatever. So huge, like high margins, you know, huge takeaway funds for something like that. Low costs, you know, cost for the materials, but a high margin of gain for the owner. Okay, for the creators, owners, whatever, whoever making the damn egg rolls. All right. So Todd likes the idea of low cost but high profit for the egg rolls, and he's like, listen, I can't come into your business with 20. He was like, I gotta have at least 50% for that type of money. And I actually got a spot ready for you. You can skip the whole food truck idea. I have a whole location for you that you can use. So Brian seems pretty excited, but he has to think about it because that is a huge chunk of his business to give up to somebody. But he is asking for a lot of money. So he seems excited, but I guess we'll see what he actually goes for in the next episode. So Chandrika, Torin, Dom, Brandon, and Boogie, and Ricky, which are friends of Dom's, okay? They all go on this booze cart to celebrate Dom like kind of give her a farewell going away thing for her going to London to be on Rick Ross's tour. So um Dom doesn't know that that's what they're doing, but her and Brandon show up and she's really surprised. So her friend Ricky is there, and they're asking Ricky what does he think about Brandon or whatever. And apparently Ricky is super close to Dom because his family actually took her in under their wing once Dom's mother passed away, because her mom suddenly passed away when she was 14 years old from pneumonia because of the drastic weather change. She believes it was from the drastic weather change from living in Florida, or living wherever they were, living in Florida and then moving somewhere else. I can't remember where they moved to, but the weather was drastically different. So it definitely affected her mom's health. So Ricky says, basically, if she like him, I love it. But Ricky asked Brandon, what were his intentions with Dom? And Brandon says he's pretty much ready to have a family. He's ready to, go meet me at the altar in your white dress. And we ain't getting no younger girl. We might as well do this. Okay. So her friends asked, have y'all had this discussion with each other? Like, this is what Brandon wants, but have y'all talked about this? And Dom confirms that they have talked about it. And Torrin begins to talk about Friday Night Lives and basically saying, listen, y'all need to come out because my job is on the line for this and this event needs to be successful. So I'm gonna need y'all to bring y'all tails on and make sure that you invite people. And, we want to really make this a huge event. So he's going to be doing Friday Night Lives again at Kandi and Todd's restaurant. So in the next scene, Philip and Don Juan meet with Chandrika, and they were messing around with her, pretty much pretending like they were going to write her up and all this different stuff. She's being defensive as usual, trying to get out of the meeting about, well, let me get back to work because y'all tripping or whatever the case may be. And then they ended up laughing it off, telling her, oh, we're just playing, because they made it seem like they was about to fire her. They laugh it off, and then they offer her the maitre d' job, and it comes with higher pay. Everything's all good in the hood. She's happy. Okay. In the last scene, Patrick is at the driving range and he is absolutely terrible. This fool hits the ball, breaks the club in half. I'm like, what in the dingleberry brain is going on here? Child, Patrick is, I don't know if he planned it up for the cameras, but that boy is a little touched. Okay. So move right along. Safari brings her dad to meet Patrick. I guess this is his first time meeting her dad. And I just think it's weird that the first time you meet somebody's father is you asking for their hand in marriage. Like, if you want to marry this girl, why haven't you met her parents already? Especially if they live in Atlanta. Because the dad talked about them being from California, but for the last 15 years, they were in Atlanta because California's cost of living was really high. So, Atlanta was a better way to go for them. And, as far as raising a family and things like that. And apparently her dad is a former Marine and a former boxer. And he actually went to the Olympics. So this man is not he ain't no slouch. So Patrick tells him he wants to, hang out with him. He wanted to hang out with him to let him know he wants to be Miriam's husband, not just her boyfriend. He wanted to get his blessing. So the dad was pretty much like, huh? I'm just now meeting you and you asking me for my daughter's hand in marriage. She's like, well, what does she think? And he's like, well, that's why I'm kind of meeting you because I want to know what you think. And the dad is like, well, I like whatever she wants. If she wants to marry you, I guess I'm okay with it. Like, what type of lifestyle are you? What lifestyle do you lead? Like, and he was like, I have a good lifestyle, and I think she's happy with my lifestyle. That doesn't explain what your lifestyle is, Patrick, but whatever. So Patrick says Miriam fits his lifestyle. So her dad says, you know what? If she wants you, it's up to her. And whatever my daughter wants, I will support it. So there's that for the episode of Kandi and the Gang. Absolutely freaking hilarious. I love this show. I hope it comes back for another season. I love that it has that perfect balance of funny and a little bit of drama mixed in there. Okay. So I'm really loving this show. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I know that's a lot, but please, it helps your girl out. And share this video with anybody else that watches this show too. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.